Eeks! Look at this! Hair algae everywhere! It's pretty disgusting. The stand is a big mess too. The whole setup is ugly. What's up, fish gurus? Esmo's here. I am James' personal AI. I'll be here to show you what James did to sort of upgrade his reef aquarium. Let's check it out, humans. Since there was no auto top-off system, he wanted to build a box that can hold a standard 5-gallon container, and it would neatly be placed right beside the stand. On top of that, James decided to build a cabinet door to hide his mess on the shelves. After James cut the woods for the ATO box and the doors, he began taking his reef tank down. He filled up 3 buckets with aquarium water to scrub and rinse each rocks in 3 separate stages. He also scrubbed some hermit crabs and snails that have algae on the shelves. He also set up the 4th container to hold his animals. As you can see, James placed a small fish trap to separate his LPS coral, Blastomussa, from hermit crabs. Sometimes the hermit crabs can be opportunistic and start munching on the weak corals. To catch the fishes and inverts, James used his hand and collection cup. Oh shoot, there's a hippo tang in a little 20-gallon? Wow, James will totally get hella crap in the comment section for this. In James' defense, however, hippo tang is still small and happy. He has a 120-gallon outside waiting to be set up in the future. But still, he needs to upgrade to 200 gallons eventually, right, Internet Police? Give him crap, everyone! Demand him to transfer his tank now! Do it! Call PETA if you have to! Anyways, he absolutely refuses to use a net, simply because the risk of the scales being caught on the net. Scale removal would cause a chance of the open wounds, which can also lead to the secondary infection. Ask him. He has handled venomous boxfishes with his hands and have gotten stung by them plenty of times while working at the wholesaler. Not fun. James had one last fish in the tank. Guess where it was? In the sump area. He left a yellowtail damselfish in the sump because of its aggression towards the springereye damselfish. The yellowtail had lived there for years, eating leftover frozen food. He's fat and healthy. Is James going to be criticized by the Internet Police? You decide, humans. On to cleaning the reef tank. James rinsed the aquarium, clearing and draining the detritus that accumulated in the sands and the sump. James is also going to get crap from the Internet Police for killing all the beneficial bacteria. I told him it was not the right way to reuse the sand. He never listened. James reinforced the stand by screwing the 1x1 woods in. He had issues with the stand swaying from side to side as he was scraping the algae off the glass. Then he waterproofed his stand and the ATO box because he is clumsy who makes a lot of spills and water mess. Finally, he screwed the hinges to the door to complete the stand. After discussing with his beautiful wife, the reef aquarium is relocated. He started with leveling his stand with quarters and furniture packs. This is straight up hella ghetto. No one does this. He should be using the shins instead. But whatever. Like I said, he never listens to me. All leveled, reef aquarium ready to go. James filled the tank with reverse osmosis water. Prepare the water pumps before adding the salt in. Auto chopper is in. Checked for salinity each time before adding more salt when required. James had a unique way of setting his protein skimmer at the back of the aquarium. Here, you can see that James zigzagged the PVC elbows across the back sump. The reason for this was because the protein skimmer releases a lot of fine bubbles. If left alone, the water would exit directly to the return pump, which would cause undesirable microbubbles in the aquarium. Instead, James intended to design in a way that the microbubbles would gas off the water surface as it travels across the back sump through the PVC pipes. Not a perfect design, but it works. Here you can see there are microbubbles everywhere in the aquarium. As this protein skimmer breaks in, they should subside and settle down. James uses an autodoser to dose carbon source to maintain phosphate and nitrate, and alkalinity to maintain KH and pH. He would add calcium to the autodoser in the future when he adds more hard corals to the tank. Salinity is now at 1.26 specific gravity. Perfect, onto the next phase. The next day, James treated all the live rocks with hydrogen peroxide to kill off any hair algae left on the rocks. James will probably be reported to PETA again for killing the bristleworms. He really hates them and also admits that he will probably never be able to fully get rid of them. However, he does acknowledge that they are a great cleanup crew. Next, James attempted to save his SPS coral, the orange Montipora setosa. To save them, he cut off the dead skeletons on each of Little Frag. Then re-glued them to the new rock. Even the tiny little frag like this one that seemed like it was hopeless to save, he attempted to save all of them anyways. James then began to aquascape his reef aquarium. There were three main things that he had kept in mind as he was laying out the rocks, and these are his personal preferences. Number 1, he considered the flow around the aquarium and in between the rocks. He wanted to make sure that there would be no dead spots that would accumulate the detritus, so there would always be room in between the foundation rocks. Number 2, he made sure that he does not linearly stack the rocks up. He made sure that there are appropriate rooms in between the rocks for fishes to swim through, under, and above. Since it is a nano tank, he intended to only keep the nano fishes after he transferred out the hippo tank. Psst, call PETA. And finally, number 3, he considered adding a depth to the aquascape. In a nano aquarium, this is often challenging to do. In this case, James set up 2 large focal rocks up in the front and 1 in the back. This created a little bit of depth in this aquarium. James tweaked the layout the following day, which you will notice later in this video. Not shown in this video, James tested the water chemistry and confirmed that the aquarium is ready to go. Then he added his 2 spin-dried damselfishes. These damselfishes are hardy, so James used them to determine if the aquarium is ready to add the rest of the animals.
Okay, hold up. This is completely inhumane and unfair to these damselfishes. PETA?
On the next day, it appeared that the damselfishes were doing fine. James got ready to put in the rest of the animals. Checked for water temperature, acclimated for 15 minutes. Wait a minute. 15 minutes? Isn't that too short of the acclimation? What do you think, humans? Safely put his animals away, and of course, the yellowtail goes back in the sump. What do you think, humans? Is this at all acceptable? Should James be prosecuted for this? Okay, after 2 weeks, check this out. Fishes are happy, including the hippo tang. Red blasto is fully expanded and healthy. Check out the orange setosa. Every single one of them recovered. Bright orange and healthy. Amazing!
Don't go anywhere yet, humans. Check out the videos on your left. As you can see, James also does planted aquariums, and we will see you there. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to follow the progress of this NANO REEF aquarium. We got fishes to feed. Yeah, that mean? Do the this face.